Hello and welcome back to Rocket Rabbit and Gerda did a bad thing on Duel Masters for the PlayStation 2. We're going to be showing off what grinding against Sean looks like.
Yay.
So, Mr. Cloud, a couple nights ago, I ended up trying to make chicken and rice because it's like one of the very few dishes that I made, but I ended up putting in too much red pepper. Specifically, this is a problem for me because I honestly don't know how much red pepper is too much red pepper. So, on each particular chicken breast, how much is too much red pepper?
Man, honestly, like, if you put more than a teaspoon of red pepper on pretty much anything, you're gonna make it pretty spicy. And we're talking red pepper flakes, right?
Yeah, red pepper flakes.
Yeah, red pepper flakes can really put gasoline on your tongue and then set it on fire pretty quickly. So what you do is you cook the chicken first, because you don't want to put the red pepper on it and then cook it, because then you're destroying the pepper. But if you want a nice spicy chicken when you're done, just apply just a liberal sprinkling of red pepper flakes on top. Not like I may have mentioned my world famous black pepper chicken. I mean, when I make my world famous black pepper chicken, you're putting a jacket of black pepper on the chicken and then you cook it, and then the pepper oils get soaked into the chicken. It does partially cook the pepper too, but it also allows an intermingling of the substances, which is really nice for pepper. However, with red pepper, you may actually diminish the spiciness as a result.
Okay. Alright, Volcano Don, kill the bark whip.
So I take it that that was the function of filler. Yes, filler. This is filler at this point. That is as bad as my esteemed colleague Mr. Gerdat seems to take with putting in a grinding run against Sean, an opponent that we just beat in our most recent matchup. Well, it is necessary that we at least show the video of Mr. Gerdat doing this only once. That from then on it is understood that any other grinding runs against this foe are going to take place something like this.
They're going to be actually much better than this. This was honestly a really bad match for me against Sean, specifically because I don't really have a good answer for Dianork yet, and I'm out of resources, so...
Well, beware, grinders. Just because you get 1,000 points every time you beat them and you only have to do 15 cycles to level up does not necessarily mean you're going to survive every attempt.
I was really hoping that he wouldn't actually block with Dianork there, but he did. So
playing the hope game, are we?
I don't really have a choice. I am so far behind on resources right now. I'm down a shield. I have no answer to Matt's pomegranate. I don't know why he didn't attack with Matt's pomegranate there, to be perfectly honest. And I already used one of my 2 brain serums. So
why is he using pomegranate? I mean, wouldn't blackberry be a better berry, or even elderberry or goji?
Well, he doesn't really have the choice to use blackberry. Honestly, blackberry isn't really a card that he has access to. You know. Whereas pomegranate is relatively easy for the AI to get. It's somewhat difficult for us as players to get, but not too impossible.
You see, pomegranate is treated as a superfood because little do we tiny-brained earthlings realize that when left to their own devices, the pomegranate berry will gain sentience and then make a claim for world domination.
Yeah, as Pascal mentions here, Dianork is just factually the best blocker in the game, and it becomes a massive problem here because I still don't have an answer to it. I actually got the Resolve Thought Probe fucking finally, but without an actual answer to Dianork, I just have to keep ramming in my creatures against Sean, hoping that I can eventually make it through, and maybe take down some of his creatures along the way, but it doesn't work like that because Dianork is still here.
Yeah, we are in a bit of a pickle right now. I mean, I've seen a good comeback win earlier in this playthrough, Now time to see if luck is on our side.
I really wish at this point that I had managed to score some Crystal Lancers, but I have not, so...
Law.
No, Law is honestly one of the more powerful cards that that Sean's got access to. It's not as good as Dianork, mind you, but it is still very powerful.
Was it a mistake on Sean's part to just end his turn right there?
Not really. I mean, the only thing that
pass
Sean
again.
Yeah, because as I mentioned last part, if you can deck your opponent out, they lose. Thing is, Sean's actual win condition, aside from decking us out, is to play Dawn Giant, and well, he needs a little bit more mana before we can actually bring out Dawn Giant.
No, he cannot. He cannot be looking at May 11 turns from now. That does not seem because he hasn't been doing anything to.
I can't break through Dianork. So what's the problem?
So he's really just gonna sit on this one guy while we just pass away slowly.
Well, that's what he's gonna try and do at least.
No, because then he's running the risk that as we're drawing cards, we're getting mana, we're getting more creatures, so that eventually we'll just outnumber him and then take him out.
Because there's a field limit. There specifically is a field limit to the number of creatures you can control. You're only allowed to control 5 creatures at a time.
Right, so you ram a bunch of creatures, take out his blockers, and then summon a bunch of creatures back on the field in order to So you need removal.
Actually, what I need to do, this game is actually over now. Because now that I've got Volcano down on the field and Dianork is tapped, I can actually kill Dianork, and except he has got another one because he managed to draw into it. So,
evolution.
I really wish that Rebecca had actual answers to Dianork, but the only one that she could realistically pull, at least for their starting deck, would be Volcanic Arrows, and I absolutely just refuse to run Volcanic Arrows. So I take out Bark Whip here because Sean has shown that he's just straight up not going to attack with Mass Pomegranate, and I don't know why. He finally did actually swing the Mass Pomegranate last turn, so I need to kill it now, but like...
Well, we seem to be in pretty good shape right now.
Not really. Sean's got another Dianork in his hand he's going to play, that he's going to play next turn. I still need to deal with the Dianork that he currently has out. Oh, Rothus! Finally!
It's a disco ball.
Yeah, as Pascaret mentions here, actually having to think what the fuck I have to do for this fight is what makes it take so goddamn long. Alright, we can, yeah. So, Rothus the Traveler. This is a card that Rebecca gets access to exactly one of early on, and she can win it, but she's not likely to. So, what I'm doing here is I'm casting Rothus, forcing Sean to trade out one of his creatures, and then recasting the Aqua Knight that I sacrificed for Rothus as a removal effect. Now that Sean has no more blockers and I have 4 attackers, we should be able to finish him off. Although, again, he's still got Dianork in his hand that I have to worry about.
Dance, Boogie Wonderland, dance.
I actually really like Law. Law is a monster that I would run in a majority of my decks if I could actually splash splash colors instead of effectively having to devote so much to 2 colors.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la.
Is a good card. Aqua Knight to tap the Anork. And then have then have Rothus break his shield. Then make sure that we have C- as an available blocker for next turn. Play Revolver Fish and Aqua Knight. There.
So
we are actually winning now.
How did what happened that had put this situation in our favor now after we spent most of the game losing? Was it an AI blunder? It was the difference of just one creature of ours.
Yeah, Volcanodon. Volcanodon's ability to actually run over Dianork makes it so that Dianork is no longer actually that big of a threat. Rebecca is honestly one of the few characters that actually has a solid defensive core for her deck archetype. The other one is actually Luke, and Luke's deck is slightly better because of it.
Dawn Giant.
Do we actually let him show off Dawn Giant's attack? No, we don't because I was annoyed at this point. So
I would be pretty annoyed too. I mean, this
be
battle
wary
has
of Xenomantis. If any opponents ever get Xenomantis out on you, it's probably game for you. But thankfully, we're going to win this turn and not have to worry about it.
Don't worry.
Go, Volcanodon! Gatling shot!
Go, my pepper shaker of doom! Did I put enough spice on it?
I certainly hope so. I put too much spice on my chicken the last time, so I ended up having teary eyes, but... Oh, we got a Spiral Gate! Yay! Alright, and we have achieved the rank of Master. Finally.
So, the first time we beat this guy, we got 1,600 reputation points. The second time we beat him, we got almost 3,000.
Yeah, and he would give us 3,000 more if we beat him again.